Big picked Dust2 in best of threes, and they banned Dust2 to allow Inferno forward, which has a 6-map losing streak. I'm just so confused at the back end of the video. I think for Saw, from a map pool perspective, have got a much better best of 3 in front of them.
Well, they'll start things off on home territory. 6 map wins on Nuke in a row for Saw coming into this official. Let's see whether they'll make it 7, whether Big can try and contest. The pistols are live for our second opening game of the qualifier. Story has struck first. Tabson is first to fall. JDC is next to receive.
JDC has got a slight crossfire out here towards the double doors, but it's still going to be difficult for him to slow down the secret players, because once contact's made, they're just going to start accelerating.
Good shot to the head of Story. Double up with Crimbo support as Crazy goes down to the other side of the corridors. 4 on 3 is Big. Have been able to respond to Saw in kind and reclaim an advantage. Force the Portuguese side to rethink their efforts.
Agil is hoping to catch a timing on one of the A players walking out to gain a bit of that lobby control. Map awareness from Hyped and Process playing defensive. Should be able to get a bomb down pretty easily. It's what happens in the post that's going to be more difficult from Saw.
And they're just stalling him out. Plant is indeed secured. Process has snuck his way forward, and Aragorn has no idea about it. Julie set, tap the head. Easy pickings, look towards heaven. Agil will be revealed. Muturis cannot play that distraction. Process accurate with a USP with the Julies in hand. Agil now pressure from all sides. Will take down only one in the exchange. Big will secure the retake, however, and secure the pistol with it. Hasn't been all that long since we saw them on a big stage. Big with a pistol out for Tabson. I'm not sure if he forgot to buy a rifle or something, but either way, the M4s are going to try and deal with this secondary force buy round. So actually Saw will try and abuse the bomb plant bonuses, although they are still getting picked apart piece by piece. Kills on Agil and Story by Process and JDC respectively, and a 5 on 3 in the first minute.
What it's not going to be difficult, though, is drawing in that crossfire. He's got Crimbo very close by him at ramp.
Smokes and flashes in. Tabson. Let the bomb plant go down. Another one for the Saw side. His USP suddenly looking very exposed by comparison, and he will go down quickly to Crazy. Some decent damage being done to him and Aragorn, but Aragorn gets another kill back. Finally, Crimbo responds. Man advantage reclaimed by Big. And Muturis, very pressured with his high HP numbers, will take down Process rather quickly. Transfer towards JDC, and the round is back on for Saw for the steal. Force buys may finally work out. Damage may compound against Big. Crimbo trying to dip into the bomb site, but he's out of time. He knows it. He's going to save his gun. Saw are on the board.
Crimbo can make the round expensive right at the end to get this final kill against Crazy, but all things considered, with the crossfire they had with the man up, you'd be disappointed to be losing that round if you're Big. I would agree with that completely. Who gives an international project 4 months and then gives up straight away?
Well, back to the local divisions and back to the 1-for-1 trade, the 4-on-4. Tabson finding the Muturis. Agil caught ADC earlier on, and Tabson has been tagged up quite heavily, and that will go down through that smoke to Crazy's hands. Advantage taken again by Saw. The B campaign is the big campaign. Only Hyped on the AWP to defend it.
Agil's not hearing much movement towards A, so that could be an indication to fake lower and rotate the bomb back up from the vent. Hyped is in a 1 for done position. This AWP is going to struggle for impact.
Especially this caught looking the wrong way. Aragorn will take him. And that should be round done. Much more confident there from Saw, and the lack of funds available for Big, the lack of savings. Especially with the hunt coming in slowly from Agil. Process will fall, and Crimbo be the only element to try and get away alive here towards CT spawn, where shouldn't see a chase from the Saw side. And the GitHub updated them to 45th in the world this month. That's down 11 places from last month. Crimbo will try and get this M4 to engage something, and he is doing really well with this rifle, but finally overwhelmed with the numbers game. 2v2's been set up, and JDC in Process, I would have given them a chance if Muturis wasn't flanking them. Although, as I say that, they might consider this to be an open and shut case. They haven't quite capitalized upon Story, so now Muturis can move in. The bomb carrier to start thinking about dipping away. Indeed, JDC will drop. Muturis will eventually find his man. A little bit awkward with this crosshair placement and spray. Tabson pressing towards outside to try and look for more contact of Saw. He's peeking to the left. Trying to get ahead of that red box, but will fall down to Aragorn, who's on top of Mini. Look to the headshot angle of the next man back behind that credit card box, unable to connect it. That is a 5-on-3 with info towards one more man. Crimbo, I think, just got spotted there. He will be soon. And now he certainly has.
Crimbo is getting stuck out here from Secret to try and set that crossfire. But unfortunately, JDC's not generating much. Gets one, Process comes in towards Credit. And now they know where both of the CTs are. One's towards outside, one's dropped lower from Secret. And there's still plenty of time for Saw to work with.
Story's up, is ready to aggress from the outside angle, but doesn't find his man though. Cool, looking the wrong way, the wrong time, and Process actually turns the round back on his head. 2 fantastic kills. He might be low HP, but Crazy is alone.
Now this clutch, you would expect, open up the double doors, plant in the smoke. That's probably the best way to give yourself the highest chance of winning. What he does after that, though, he needs to fight against the CTs quickly. If he tries to slow down the post plant, he's not going to have an easy time of working it.
We'll plant behind the smoke and hear them both coming in. Close the door. Get up on the rafters. Try and get back in. Find a fight on Process. Last man, exact same position, and Crazy will isolate both of the fights and win a crazy round for Saw. And for Saw, that turns into now a 4-round streak. Money's still questionable for Big. You can see the pistols being brought out, the SMGs on the half by. Tabson does at least open up the round this time. Uterus is caught dead to rights.
But it's how much Story can find in space, because that's what the T's are working for, an A-split potential.
Not close and personal against Hyped. Julie's around the corner. Story actually runs into his man and drops the bomb with it in an unrecoverable position right now for the T sideline. Secondary player is going to go down to Hyped as well. Trade is at least found by Aragorn, but now Saw reduced to 2. Agil going to get up towards the bomb site. Got to try and take down his player at closed vent and open vent for that matter, but he doesn't look the right way at the right time. Aragorn gets his pick in, needs a double, needs a triple, needs to basically ace the whole round. He will just sneak in the bomb plant here, but Crimbo's closing in against him, so actually it won't be much of a defensive, as Big will deny the streak from going any further, put their third up. Including their one head-to-head between the two cores here, which was back in January, a Blast Bounty on a 2-0 win for Big. Oh, Agil's lined up 2 picks in this round though. Collateral, I believe, is the kill one towards Hyped or JDC. A 5-on-3 established quickly. Big like control of that bomb site go, but they picked up the bomb in lobby. And now Tabson will play close to try and resist even further. Process has more back on the way in, and indeed Tabson evens up the man advantage. Agil's down.
Excellent push forward for information to cut that bomb carrier, because that was a sitter of a round. A double kill because of a missed AWP kill. And now Crimbo has seen that that bomb is still there and deep in lobby. So he's going to walk forward with that spam. Now, if Crimbo falls, that might be the return from Story, but it's all about timing, and Crimbo wins. So the round is over now.
Lightning fast reaction right to the cranium of Story. Crazy's picked up by Process. Uterus had to sacrifice his money slate to save that AK, so the Mac 10 will not be getting a clutch in. Crimbo with a double. Sometimes actions speak louder than words. As I said before, the fact that they gave that roster, that international team, 4 months and went right back to the Portuguese side says to me that they weren't really as 100% convinced as they made out to be. Hype's convinced that Crazy's dead as he just shot him right down. Kicking things off in round 12 for the CT side. Once again, he's trying to double dip, but doesn't quite get much. He's flashed off, blinded to fall back.
I think the most surprising thing out of anything was that they got Bazoo and Sijop. So what's going on there? Just mid on mid? Like, you're trying to work your first international project and that's who you want? Yeah, I don't know about that one.
JDC is taking Muterus next. Process will get overwhelmed by 2 players in from the squeak door, down to a 4-on-3. Big could still lose control of this one. They're back to turn. Agil runs right into his man. Tabson doesn't know what's going on. Aragorn just gets the trade together. Bomb's been dropped. He needs to plant it. Heaven's contested, as could Mini be. He goes for the safer side.
And this is such a tough clutch. HE just goes in en masse. And now where do you peek? Main, Heaven, you're getting caught by Util, the double swings coming from Heaven. There's no chance, absolutely no belief that you can even get a single kill. And just how quickly do we notice that mass AK is being held and then just flawless? That is the difference of what happens when you can pick up 4 AKs and just have a lot of backing behind you.
Util for hype, gonna put that smoke up early. Only one to get utilized, so there'll be a slight gap to the left-hand side of it. One man in his secret, contesting his story, gets his kill on. JDC tries to fall back, sees that bomb at least. That'll be information called out. Grimbo going to act out towards upper, cut down by A-Kill. Process challenged by the Julies. Aragorn going to get forced back a little bit, but will go falling to much more permanent challenge. All important for Process.
Muteris has been seen, and Process up close. Doesn't quite catch the in-game leader. Muteris makes it 2. And Hyped may be able to get the returning kill in from the vent, but it's a tough clutch to win.
I'll get 1 out of 3. Bomb picked up now, and a second fight isolated. He's taken no damage in that interim, meaning that now it's all on Agil to shut down the hyped train. In towards the lower bomb site. He'll open the doorway. USP won't see him crossing. He'll have to allow that bomb to go down. Moving up in the open. Taps, unable to connect. Damage being done in return by hyped. 60 HP for Agil. Needs that headshot pretty quickly. Accuracy is everything, and it works better for the German, who indeed holds a 1v3 clutch and a pistol win for Big. Not had the best of threes again coming into this series, but the nuke win streak was undeniable. Again, 6 in a row. But that pistol win may set Big up for a decent take of the map up here. Flash is coming in. SMG trying to lean forward of A-Gill. Got pistols around the corner at point blank. Process going to get that first. Aragorn with 1 to his name alongside Story. They combine to capitulate the incoming aggression. Tabson getting 1 back alongside Crimbo's Galil, but Story holds the back of the bomb site. And now it's all on Crimbo to recover that bomb and clutch yet another 1v2.
Tough round. So they just try and brute force those trades out on A, and there's a lot of CTs in close positions. Now, if there's anyone you want in a clutch, it is Crimbo, but they would have expected a flank somewhere. There's no contact coming through from A, so he's either wrapping outside or he's wrapping Heaven. He's just trying to slow play the round.
Crimbo leaning, spotted 1, takes him. Muteris, last man standing. Where is he though? No info. Top of the silos will find the burst, but the tag lands from the scout the same. Muteris swing with his opposition. 20 seconds on the clock. Now he's down to 15. Crimbo drops off. Muteris knows he's got dominion over the bomb. But for how much longer? Crimbo making noise. Trying to bait him into another phase. Just gets away. Can just put the bomb down. The Muteris is quickly inbound. Making noise. Crimbo to the left. Scout scene. What a shot that is. Another clutch for Big.
So while their LAN results, I would say, have been fairly good, they've been taking some decent scalps, they've been able to show that they can hang at tier 1, what if they're showing online this year? That they're struggling and that they're inconsistent?
That much has remained true for this team for a very long time. Aragorn striking first for Saw, trying to answer back in some capacity, and they have done well. HP advantage sits with Saw, but the man advantage needs to get gained more permanently, and they can't quite do it. Muteris training back Crimbo, both hyped to JDC. The last 2 players left are low HP, and 1 just got dropped. JDC is all alone now, in the open, seen by Muteris and taken down by the captain. As Saw will finally end this hype train a Big. It's Kevlar. Process and Tabson will be the first players inland as well. Story completely whiffs his spray. He does damage at the very least. Tabson on the corner. Process follows him up. Both those individuals go down to the main man. USP brought in for JDC's casualty, who turns it back against the Saw side. But the man advantage for the CTs.
JDC is making this round workable. It looked uncomfortable. They were running into the mincer down there at lower, but now it's a 3v3 and you've got an outside lurk.
Maybe even for the actual site take, because Agil can also go towards Squeaky. 23 seconds, JDC will pop up. Agil will take him, hype with a trade back. Bomb plant can be secured. Crimbo still in the rafters, undetected as of right now. And Muteris takes dink damage for it. Big. And we'll be back in control here. Crazy. I need another crazy round himself. Tech 9 continues fighting. Going overextends a bit too far there for him. Now both Muteris and Crazy will start to make their move in from Heaven. Flash is available. Muteris somehow baits out the man, gives Crazy a chance to get the headshot, connect the kill, and connect the 6th for Saw just about.
Well, that is mega unfortunate. That's probably a 1 in a million round of what happens. That lurk is perfect, and it's the view model and gun barrel that blocks the A-site anchor.
Lost a lot less in the opening round than previous ones. JDC and Trimbo are tagged. Saw starting extending because they're getting a little bit impatient and they almost pay for it, but Aragorn still gets his kill on Crimbo.
I like the activity coming through from Saw, always being on the move, never really giving freedom towards the default. And it just means that if you are big, you're constantly worried about where the next press is going to come in from. Now, it is from Hut, and Agil was not in a position to peek on his teammate, but tabseN might drop the bomb out in the open, and instead it's the over-aggression that hurts now, because Big have got a man advantage and an open A bomb site.
Muteris holds his defensive angle to bring down the 3 versus 3, so it's not over just yet. Toying with the AWP, dangerously so. Hyped watching that squeaky door entrance. Muteris is waiting for someone to pop out of the hut in the meantime. JDC is coming from the lower bomb site, taking out Story. Molotov on Muteris is going to force him into the open. tabseN's not quite ready to strike though. 20 seconds, got the bomb in his back. Last second rotate into that B bomb site. Look at Crazy. He's setting ready. If he can get this kill right now, that would be more than enough. tabseN's all he needs to get, and he gets him perfectly. That's all the time stalling. Successful with that. He doubles up for good measure. And Big have broken the streak. Got their 11th.
Oh, only Big could lose a round like that.
Only one rifle to play with on Crimbo, taking a little bit of tag damage. Aragorn's M4 holds back. A kill in the center of the bomb site with Muteris in support. Can get through 3 kills as Aragorn chimes into that third man. Process will take him back. The AWP down rafters and support of the A side defense, which is going swimmingly thus far. Damage has been done towards Agil and Crazy. They could be picked up as some exit frags, some casualties that will make some expense in the rounds themselves, but Story creeping close with his P250 will do more than enough to bring Saw level against Big. Pulling an Immy in the German scene.
Yeah.
Story struck first for Saw. 5-on-4 established. Muteris going down to the outside though. Again, JDC trying to pull his team out of the hole that they're in. Minute on the clock as Hyped gets caught by Agil next. Once again, Saw are in full control. You got these moments where action happens, pick is gained, and then it's just pure slow pace from Big, and one that will give up the bomb. tabseN dropping outside a mini. Aragorn has the minion over the round at this point. ADC is being watched by Agil. He will take his kill. And this one is another formality that will put Saw in the lead. Big yet to score since the opening of the half.
Cannot believe this was 10-4.
Yeah.
And the 10-4 round that they lost was an anti-half buy where they ran A against what is a low investment of MP9s. That should have, at a bare minimum, been 11-4. And instead, you are now going to be a round down where this round streak, the bomb's not even getting close to bomb sites. We've had a single post plant in all of that streak of CT rounds.
On Agil, all stories have been pretty stellar with openings towards the outside. Crazy to dive down in towards the ramp entrance towards that B bomb site. Only one kill out of it. Trimbo, JDC, and tabseN have somehow walked away with so many kills simultaneously across the map. And it seems like finally Big are going to gain themselves a little something. Well, I've said that before, and we've seen them choke here. Agil's going to try and hunt around towards the extremity of the bomb site, cap the player off a decoy if possible. Now be joined by the AWP.
You might as well at least attempt it, right? Look for exit at a bare minimum because you've got so much cash to work with.
We're back into it. 4v2 for Saw now. Dominating the big clan camp. Bomb drop downstairs in the corridor. I believe in vent, in fact. Maybe seem to be able to pick it up, but Crimbo, he's well out of position to help. Maybe a bomb plant getting snuck in by the big side, but Saw a 2v4 to play with. They know that they can bum rush the bomb site. JD still lines up 2 kills for it, but Agil takes him. And that should conclude the round. I don't think they've got info on Crimbo, however. Now they're going to know. They're going to hear him dropping off. Close the door, tap the bomb, hear him coming. AWP in hand as well. Plenty of automatic weapons dropped around him if he wants to switch out, but he's scoped in. HE is coming his way. Diffuse being held. Crazy just to watch. Pete tries to come forward. He doesn't get his man in time. Fuse came down all the way. His sword will push all the way to 12-11. It's map points. Just carry them out of the position they are in. It would be Crimbo Saw on the precipice of a map win. On their own pick, yes. They've got a lot of things to think about as they go into the second one, though. Story struck first with Eagle support, and he can combine and take down 2 players. Third man in the rafters also can provide assistance, but it's a 5-on-3, so either way, Saw in the driver's seat for round 24. Now into Crazy's hands, the AWPer. One of the 2 on the setup actually goes down quickly to JDC, so an opening has been given.
Muteris knows that he can't overextend, because if he loses that fight towards Hell, it allows a wraparound potential for JDC. Hyped gets caught, tabseN gets 1, maybe an insertion down from the vent, but JDC needs this kill and he needs it desperately.
John Muteris to 23 points of health. Muteris with a swing will lose his life. 2v2. We're back once again. The bomb's been dropped though. tabseN needs to get both of these casualties. Their heads were turned away. Agil turns it back. 16 seconds. He's going to play for time. Knows that JDC's got to go right through the bomb site. Agil might even let him get the bomb. Yeah, look at this hide. Look at this position. JDC is going to have to hunt for the casualty. He knows he can't plant the bomb in time. He'll try for it anyway, but he'll try in vain. Agil has the smarts to play the patience of 13-11. It will be Saw taking map 1.
We just look uninspired on that T side. I think I'd rather watch paint dry than watch big again. What a disaster that second half was.
Well, with Nuke falling out of favor, big move to their own map pick of Train, where hopefully things will step up a little bit better for the German team. We're already into the pistol round. Saw on the CT side start and charging quickly into this B bomb site with a rush tactic that has forced Saw to play passive and back off. A retake should be coming in real quick here, Dwag.
Indeed, you've got Agil deep in the bomb site, trying to play the range game, and he's done well to catch off Process. Him and Crazy are trying to establish a crossfire, and they've even caught the player getting close towards Connector.
Aragon and Agil getting 2 more picks in between those 2 individuals. tabseN's all alone in the 1 versus 5. Big will at least get the bomb plant bonus, but the round itself will fall the way of Saw. Excellent defensive, not a single player lost. Pistol win for the Portuguese side. Minute on the clock into round number 3, and the rifles have done their damage. Crimbo to 9 HP, Aragon to 30. Molly start coming out towards the back lines of the B bomb site. Agil good to get that kill even when blinded. Crimbo will fall. Secondary also goes down with Story locking in on tabseN. And Hyped and JDC 2v5, Hyped low, trying to get the bomb plant in. I think he's going to get denied by Agil. Indeed he is. JDC fighting against that trade together, but it's too little too late. Saw are in full control.
And it might be a small sample size because we haven't seen many rounds out here on Train. But if we're focusing, and we're being quite tunnel visioned in this, we're looking at the second half of Nuke. It's the other German players on the non-number 1 German roster that is bringing towards the top end of Counter-Strike right now. Story aggressively out from the brown halls, waiting to see if Process is going to clear on the left side of the smoke. Now, Story doesn't really get punished for missing that shot, but Crazy does fall to JDC.
Trades are still good for Aragon, though. Hype's going down. tabseN and Muteris go blow for blow. JDC gets the man advantage back with his second kill of the round. Story and Agil both caught out of position here, not on either bomb site, although Agil's going to start to, but it's still a man advantage, and Saw need to change that.
Agil's doing a good job of time stalling, and this AWP, if it goes down, it's going to be disaster for the round. And now JDC falls. AWP's been seen. This round is completely recoverable. Process is now the last one left.
I didn't think Story could hit that wallbang, but apparently he could. 30 seconds, bombs on the man's back, but being flanked by Agil. Process so focused on that main entrance of the AWPs. Revealed himself as Agil popped out. Perfect timing for the man. Oh, a little bit of frustration there from Process, slamming his fist on the desk. We are looking for some good results out of Bing, and relatively soon at that. AWPer Story. Flashbang doesn't even catch him. Kill found a tabseN. Collateral damage done towards Hyped. He doesn't fall down though. Aragon elsewhere has pushed in towards Popdog and taken Process alongside the likes of Muteris. HE landing dangerously close towards Hyped. He's almost a goner. Trying to get that AWP to focus fire on somebody here. Meanwhile, Crimbo clears out the brown halls by taking Aragon back, but it's still a man advantage for Saw with 60 seconds of the clock.
JDC is scaling as kind of the only player that could make something happen. Everyone's separated. Muteris is aggressive out towards Pop. Crimbo does win a duel to bring it back to a 3v3. So for the first time in a very long time, you can see a vision. You can see a world in which Big can get a bomb down on A.
You mentioned the Crimbo was probably the main element of success for Big in the last map up, or little they saw. His trade may have brought the round back, but Story wants to turn it back away from them. He does get traded by Crimbo, stalled for time at a 2v2. Crazy and Agil. One old guard, one new. M4 on the way from main, the AK creeping in the backlines. Crimbo's ready for it though. Agil may be peeking into his demise. The timing's awful. Oh, that sucks for Crimbo. JDC now 7 seconds on the clock. Faced upon, Agil gets both of them. Oh, that is just tragic for the man. He knows.
The bomb's going down with 15 seconds on the clock, and he's got to watch camera, Pop Dog, and what? Everywhere around him. It just seems ridiculous at the moment.
Crimbo, dead next. Process and Hype get a couple trades together. Finally, with B execution. Things are starting to look up here for Big. They are lacking in a rifle for Tabson, though, and a plant from Height is exposed towards Zed with a missed smoke. Also, one that went deeper than the Zed connector, I should say. Maybe a little bit late at that 2v2. Bomb plant can still be secured down at default. But a Galil only to defend it. Tabson backed up, trying to get towards heaven for the time being. Incendiary going to try and drive Process out into the open. Won't be successful. He's out the edge of the orange train. Seen and sprayed. There goes the kill. Story's down. Crazy's all that's left. He has that one trade. But where's the last man? Tabson's remain hidden. Unknown entity up until this point. He's got no util and a P250 to defend that bomb. However, smoke will go down towards it. Crazy going to try and force that man out. Now being seen. Jump face. Damage being done on the defuse. He taps it once. Tabson not going to go up the ghost here. 5 seconds. And his time stalling has worked. Crazy doesn't even get away with a kill on that one. Tabson, the captain, armed with only a pistol.
They are going to 13-1 this map. I don't know what's happening.
Wouldn't it be great if Big got the second round and managed to put egg on your face? Oh, Crimbo stuck on Agil, so there's a start. They're going to go fast on the back of that as well. Story's warp is so close range and pressured, and he does go down. Process follows up on Aragorn and doubles up on Crazy, so there go your 13-1 dreams, Dwayne, and the second on the board of Big.
Well, you just have a couple of missed shots, don't you? And Crimbo does well to capitalize on that first player out from the ramp. And the AWPer, as soon as you put the incendiary, knows I just need to be stalling for time and getting an impactful frag. And instead,
how much of this is misinformation? He's going to find Tabson soon enough.
He knows it's an A-site exec. There's a lot of players to defend. This is an easy kill against Tabson at least.
Just been seen the jump face. Muteris cannot capitalize upon that kill. Hype turns up the AWP. SMG from range of Aragorn. Can't get much done. Crazy called one of the trade. 12 seconds. Can they get the bomb carrier? It's picked up. Crimbo applies himself to the casualty, and Agil is unknown right now. 5 seconds. Process challenges and wins it. And Big may let that timer run low, but it works well enough for their strategy. One more left in the half. They can still have a half advantage. Going to work from a 4-8 deficit. 8-4 could be their best case now. JDC is looking for more number 5. He finds Aragorn to kick things off. Story just blind behind these smokes. Can only do so much. Muteris gets a better angle and does catch JDC off guard. Tabson also taking damage. Hype's AWP kinds crazy whilst blinded. So advantage maintained and regained by Big.
Not much action out towards B. Agil's not hearing any util. There's been no lurk down for the brown holes are out there from heaven. And what we've known from Big is almost all of these rounds have been slowed heavily. They've not liked to execute in the mid portion. They've liked to keep it very late on the clock. Crimbo is expecting a slight overextension just because of the lack of man advantage that the CTs have.
We're hunting for it. Agil somehow wins that fight, actually. Might cause to rethink the strategy of the bomb being up there in brown holes. Hyped to call Agil. Extensions from Tabson will start to move into the back lines over on A. Is it going to turn into a backstab at B, or will they hit the rotation themselves? Well, Story peeks in blind and dry, and caught by Hype with a quick shot to the head. Triple for him in the round. Muteris in a 1 versus 3. So no matter what they do, Big should have this round on lock.
Unless the bomb carrier gets dropped and then the other kill towards ramp gets caught. This is an uncomfortable clutch from Muteris.
Tabson falls. Here's Hyped. Almost got a line up, but focus too heavily on the archway, so the kill can come in rather easily for the last 3 players. Soul's pistol may be important to them. They will lose 2 kills. First up, Crimb up in the brown halls as Julie sets. Will take down Aragorn and Crazy Story with a good responsive kill, but it's a man advantage remaining for the German team.
No acceleration here from Saw, whether it would be counteracting into B or rotating quickly down from Pop. They do hold on to the brakes. Hyped is undetected with his Julies. You've got Story that's taken all of the Pop control. Agil that's got a molly, so that can go out to the back of the bomb train. Got a lurk that can come out quite late. Great shot from JDC. That's a real beamer against Story.
Two to the good on the man advantage. Big. Waiting for Saw to offer up more casualties, more opportunities. JDC checking left and right hand peaks. Will spot Agil Muterus, also known. JDC takes him. Agil will be lucky to get a bomb plan out of even this round, and he won't even do that much. Big, very solid pistol win. He'll block Aragon and Agil.
They have to try and hold up. They need the T-side line to pull distraction to get these Pop players through.
JDC will land Aragon. Covering start again for Big. Flash forward for Tabson to check Muterus, who's fully blinded by JDC. Agil takes that trade with the back being turned. Hyped can deal with him all the same. Down to 2 men is Saw. Big. They can light work some of these fights. You mentioned how sometimes they can outclass Saw on an individual basis, and this has been one of those rounds. Yeah, not much inspiration now for the Portuguese team.
He moved over to what, Imperial? Played there for a few months with the Tier 1 players, and now he's just been benched. I mean, could we see a return from him? If you are the new guys that are on this lineup, you need to make a statement in these next few officials, these next few tournaments, that you deserve a spot on the team.
Let's say Char coming from a similar background of these 2 players as well, the likes of GTZ and Offset, those lower level Portuguese sides. Might want to have a think about that in the back of your head. JDC and Tabson more forefront in their thoughts overall. The Orps and the AKs picking apart several players. Stories in a 1 versus 3 by the end, and when the dust has settled, up to him to clutch bombs at least on his back. He's got 1 of the 3.
Individual impact straight away. A bit quicker in the rounds, a little bit more pace coming out of Pop. Just struggling with the entries. Multi-frag up from the in-game leader. AWP stalling for a lot of time. And these T-sides have just, they've felt dead. They just haven't felt like there's been much belief in it at all. Story's done well to force it into a 1v1, but I mean, how do you win this? It's just the low HP is such a concern.
You basically need the perfect tap to the head at the right moment.
And you've got to hope that Crimbo rotates B, because if he stays anywhere towards A, you've got no chance.
Well, he's checking out T-Con, and the question is, does he extend out there? Or hell, maybe the Story charging from CT to go towards B. You have to run if he wants to do that, so I don't think it's the best of options in the world to give that information back. You just have no idea where Crimbo's holding from. He will find access to the bomb site and plant the bomb. Does Crimbo have an angle from here? I don't know if he does. Either way, he's going to see him after the bomb plant comes in, and there is no headshot for Story. So indeed, the clutch will not line up, being instead Tabson strikes back on Aragon. JDC will get Agil next up. 5-on-3 established, trying to make it 2, and they will be successful, but they do lose JDC in the exchange. Slight positive back for Saw, but silver linings at best. Still nothing to lead towards the round at worst. As Big now go 11 on the trot for the CT side. Again, Saw need to return to the advantage that Big have gained and usurp it to take control of this T side. Aragorn going to strike towards an early take towards the outside process, and Aragorn continue to go back and forth. They lose Hyped and Tabson. Muterus is a victim of the 1 trade back. JDC going to take down Story next to the back lines over at Old Hell. And Process playing from beyond this smoke, trying to find a lucky shot, a good kill. And Aragorn, who has been tagged up so heavily, he'll tag up Crazy instead. The bomb carrier on 23 points of health. And Process pulling attention away from JDC. They might suspect it to be back here, though. Aragorn indeed going to check it. Not quite land the kill shot, though. 2 points of health. He'll go down. Process deals with Crazy and Agil in a 1-on-3. has really got not much left to speak of here. Big are all the way back here. CT side up to 12-7. That's 12 in a row for the German team. Big, two easy pickings against Aragorn and Agil. Process and Crimbo on that B defensive, dealing with both of the entryways. The bomb reconsider its position in brown halls and try and see if they can find this three-prong split into the A bomb side. But as Crazy goes down towards Ivy, and Soul's chances just look minimal. They look minimal from the outset, and they look minimal here and now. The story to clutch a 1v5 and try and extend this map up. I mean, yeah, it's over. 13-7. 13 in a row for Big as they take us to Inferno.
It was a fairly slow beginning. Work the bottom banana smoke, start fading it. Process, the only player towards a half wall, was got a teammate further back of Tabson with a flashbang. Timing for the P2K around the corner. Jeez, that's unlucky, isn't it? You don't even get a chance. You just get obliterated by the blind Muteris.
Two players caught by that flashbang. Instead, Tabson's now left alone to deal with the incoming onslaught. Does take down Story, at least had a second headshot. Wonderfully taken Aragorn out. Crazy will return to a 3-on-3, and low HP has been neutered on Saw. Hyped going to take that advantage back, finding Muteris from this close position. Two players are going to wrap that corner. Agil caught in the jump face. Hyped is going down. 2v2 now. JDC and Crimbo see an extension. Crazy got two to worry about, and he gives himself up by going for the peek forward. JDC will close the pistol for Big. Hyped. Trying to take fights back, caught by Deagle, damage being done. Teams press on, Crim are going to fall away. M4 to try and hold back at the pit. Jump face comes in from Aragorn. He doesn't get much out of it though. Agil Muteris much more successful. Hyped is also traded back by Crazy. 3-on-2 for Saw on the post plant.
Agil's going very aggressive to cut this rotation, and he's been able to slightly get out here towards Boiler. This is really good, because now Agil can just play late.
And they won't have the time to check Boiler all the way. They'll hear the footsteps. Process. Looking to try to find the exit strategy. Big will not bother with the retake. No kits in play, so if they were going to do for it, they have to charge up immediately. So they'll look for exit frags instead. And Big's pistol he responded to in kind by Saw. At least Tabson will make it expensive with his SMG in hand. If he can hold it into the next round as well, the buy wouldn't look all too terrible for Big. Unfortunately, he doesn't. He doesn't quite get Story to drop either. So expense from both sides, but Saw are on the board early themselves.
This is exactly how you expect the T-sides to go for both of these teams. Pressurize the anti-rush towards Banana, and then just work slow mid-round. Flash assist is a very good kill. Very easy kill against Process.
Oh, Aragorn, what a follow-up as well. Tabson tries to peek in towards the man, but by a margin of 6 points of health, the headshot is gained. Once again, an individual is opening up this big bomb site. Well, Big were doing the outclassing on the last map up, but Saw seemingly have come into their own individually.
I'm looking at HLTV's VRS forecast, and if Big lose this series, they will drop to 50th on VRS. I think that would probably be the largest wake-up call for a very long time for the squad, is that we just can't afford to keep taking these losses. I mean, at what point do they start getting invited into, as an example, CCT closed qualifiers and play-ins of tournaments, rather than main Swissers and round of 16s where they're featured, what I would say, most frequently?
We'd have to do the maths on that, but you are right to consider. Agil, fast up, leaning in with a teammate. Flash is sent over towards brackets. Fast charge up towards short access, but not charge up to the bomb site itself. And again, early damage will favor Big.
They know that A is heavily defended, just off of the util here on the short side. Crazy. Gets smoked off. Agil wants to try and pressurize towards long. JDC with a boost up. Is anyone holding for this?
Well, HE finally catches the man, so finally an advantage gained, and no one is holding for a quad. Crimbo catching Crazy. AWP shot from Hype does not connect to Aragorn, who's once again trying to play solo entry on the B bomb site. Sandwich between two players. This time he's punished for his aggression. No support of his teammates. We're too far behind. The rifle now that Process can utilize. Tabson picked up an AK as well. And they get these last two players, and there's a chance that we can actually see AKs across the entire CT board here. Re-smoke on from Process, perfect timing. They're going to force forward of it. He'll get his kill on Muturis. Last man story, shut down by Hyped. Big, all 5 alive to post up their first rifle win. Big pick up a Crazy. Still, you got Muturis hoping that the B site is exploitable. They've got 3 players on total defensive. Good counter flash in from JDC, but the teams are going to push forward to that regardless. Process is blinded by a flashbang attempt. Tabson gets caught by Aragorn. You hear that boost up over at the Shire. Process can get one of those kills. Pre-fire around the corner. Doesn't quite yield the success he's looking for. And similar story for JDC. Down to Agil's hands. The Saw of the man advantage. And the site take shouldn't really be retaken by Big.
I don't even know if they're going to attempt it. Money looks okay, but to me it feels like a waste to even look for exits here. Protect that AWP, protect the AK.
Didn't commit towards the retake, and as you said, it was probably the right call to make. You hold on to the AK, you hold on to the AWP. Money's pretty well built for Big overall. Counter flashing from the CT side instead, going to get him a little bit more deeper, so that aggression doesn't fully disappear. Incendiary on the apartments as well, that blocks the entry way. Good shoulder bait. But JDC can still strike on Aragorn, so he's first to fall this time. Man advantage for Big at the 45-second marker. Saw decide to go for the hit. Stories Orp and Agil's AK traded by Hype. Orp in the center of the bomb site. He needs to hit some more though. His teammates are slowly rotating in. Crazy's on 3 points of health. Flash is turned away from the shot, does not connect, and Crazy can capitalize here. Tabson does reach the moto angle. There's some things down from beyond that smoke on Muturis, so both him and Crazy are low. And Process is moving in to try and find a kill that could springboard a retake here.
The Process is heard, and they know that Tabson's out of there. And it's another one of these rounds where it just doesn't look like there's intent. And Tabson gets one. Maybe they draw themselves back in, but Tabson's going to double up towards short. There's hesitation on where he's going to repos to.
God, if only they had a HE, put that down over at the broken wall, and they could make a kill happen. They make it happen as Crazy goes aggressive. Stories Orb at close quarters. No idea where to look, and Tabson's going to overwhelm. The retake is, in fact, successful for Big.
Well, Big didn't look as if they were entirely sold on it. They were waiting for a kill to present, and just about Tabson gets one.
They've done well to receive that previous round. They've done well to start things off on the front foot. Again, back to great placed nades on Muturis and Aragorn.
Well, they've dropped a lot of util in spawn, which only indicates the Big are trying to sell them on the idea that there's at least 2 players towards B. We've not seen many 4-1 leans from them in the first half.
And only got a Process there in reality, of course. A smoke set towards mid-angle for Tabson, goes for the engages, alongside Hype to AWP. Both players get traded by Story and Crazy, but they lost Story and Agil for the exchange. So 3-on-3, and they decide that actually, yeah, they do want to go towards that B site here. Process has got a lot of work to do.
Re-smoke goes down, and no acceleration of pace. No HE to either break this smoke. So this is going to be tough to get through this top banana smoke.
Flashbang sent. HG's a little bit late. Awkward sprays come up to do some damage on Aragorn and the other 2 players. Again, a 2 versus 3, which Big, they can just find that one good burst against that one good player. They can make it an even stance very quickly. For now, they've got to set up.
Process knows that he should have got at least 1, maybe even 2 kills there with that flash pop. Time is dwindling down. They've got double incendiaries, but how long is it going to take? Are they committed for it? There's been a few rounds where it's looked hesitant on whether they want to commit to the retake or not.
Time is short. JDC's leaning in. Think down to that player in the back site. Muturis does get picked up, so at the very least, they're trying to make it expensive, and they will be successful in that regard. Crazy did get JDC, but Crimbo will get both on the way out of the round, so all 5 will drop for the T side. Unfortunately, that last man will not stay in either, so it's a limiting factor that may be hindering Big's chances. Now can no longer win the half, but they can still make it evens. So their T side with a bit more favoritism. Hyped and Process will ensure that, but the kills between the 2 players. One does go down in exchange. Tabson's SMG trying to fight from blindness and range. He will actually pick up a range kill on Story. So Agil and Muturis in a 2 versus 4 with not even the bomb axe. I think he was dropped there out of the site, picked up by Muturis. Will try and look for a bomb plant when the time is right, and the time seems like right now.
Try and tap and draw the fights, but Big don't even give them that luxury. Very disciplined from Tabson. A couple of bursts out there from Kaufman's, but not overextending, not swinging too wide. And then JDC is now sandwiched Muturis in, so he's got to be focusing about players in bottom banana, players on the B bomb side, and there's just no hope here at all for the in-game leader.
Even Hyped adjustments well placed with that AWP. 10 frags deep for the man. That's true. I mean, it's going to be that cracking moment, though. Tech9's pulled out and a half buy, fast plays in towards the A-bomb site. The AWP might get pressured, especially as Crimbo goes down very quickly here. Right have to try and pick up. 2 kills return back from JDC and Hype. JDC holds his nerve. He's finally going to get overwhelmed by Hype's USP. Good enough to get the trade back. Story's going to be heard. AWP shot doesn't quite connect on the peek out. And Tabson goes falling. Hang on. Low HP. The last man that remains. And Story can actually find the steal. So we remain streakless for Big.
Why has the default player of Hype even swung there? He's reverse default. He's got a player on rotation.
2 players look to try and hold an aggressive stance at Banana. The Molotovs will do a little bit more HP damage towards the T side. Crazy's going to get 2 picks out of the apartments. In the meantime, Process desperate to get a returning frag, and he's good for one of them. Second out of the map 10, however, should look to escape. Aragorn, also blinded beyond that smoke, will fall away. Meanwhile, Tabson stands alone on the side defensive, almost found a lineup, but didn't get all of it.
Big will attempt the retake, but JDC and Process, you'd even like a bit of util, wouldn't you, in this 2v3? Aragon should get a freebie on the rotation of Banana at least.
We'll sit pretty and wait for Process, and Process will go down. JDC, all that remains, 1v3, out towards brackets. And Aragon should be well aware of his contact and his compadres over on the site itself. We'll leave JDC with nothing. And they'll try well and keep the HP limited. If he has a couple of good bursts, and maybe that could work. But the reality is that the T's are caught looking in the wrong direction. So it's an 8-4 half.
Oh, Aragon's making a lot of noise, and he could get caught out in the open because of it.
Nice nade stacks against him. They use that info to perfection. Crazy now stands alone. He's overwhelmed quickly by JDC. Big again, steamroll their way into a bomb site.
Be able to beat Furia twice and then beat Complexity, that would have really helped out their campaign. And it excites me for what Saw will look like next on LAN, because that was pretty much the opening tournament to see a Crazy and Aragon in for the team. And to come away with the top 4 where you're taking scalps against tier 1 teams that perform at a pretty adequate level.
3 pistols, SMG and FAMAS out for Muteris and Aegir respectively. Damage has been done early towards that T-side line, so Big. Some harder fights than they might initially expect, and that's the Tabson in particular. 7 points. A health Story, I thought he was able to get that second player, but Process returned back.
This looks promising, because Big are now starting to hesitate a little bit. They've got a lurk out here on top Banana, but the HP bars are low. Process was on low HP, JDC's on 61, and there's a rotation from an MP9.
Aragon made noise making his way out of there. Smoke down, SMG, blind firing. Hoping for a straight bullet to land on Process. So much luck will not be successful. Process instead gets Aragon on the backside. Muteris. He's got players on his way in, and both him and Crazy can take a couple of kills with their SMGs. JDC and Process down, 3-on-2 now for Saw. Hyped and Crimbo. 2 AK players that are left in. Hyped, ready to receive. Dropped in on by Muteris. Secondary killer, Crazy returns back. It's all Crimbo now. Swings on, kill found at the cross. Bomb was tapped, but not held. 5 seconds to it. Crazy's got a kill. Crimbo's going to swing him, and he doesn't do it. He tries to call a bluff that wasn't there, and Saw indeed retake the site and claim the round. Story starting to creep closer towards brackets. I thought for a second he might have gone flash around that corner so he can peek in on Hyped and Process. It'll hold that corner. Start to extend out to catch a good fight on Hype. Took a dink back in return though, so 9 points of health. Process and Tabson starting to lean into that short access. Got a third player right behind him. The bomb on the back of Tabson. Aegir looking for a fight. He tries to take it. Doesn't quite make it work though. Tabson takes his own teammate down, giving Aegir a chance to extend the man advantage and capitulate the entire attacking force. It crumbles in a matter of moments for Big. Lost in the confusion.
Big were a bit more reactive on their city side, taking map control, being able to force out areas of the map just with util, whereas Saw seemed to be quite happy to sit back and play defensively. JDC against the retaking util is going to get a boost up from Tabson, but he gets caught.
Muteris trying to hold on to that man advantage, keep the trades going. Aragorn in deep trouble right here, exposed with low HP, needs Muturis to continue to maintain, but even he's been tagged up quite heavily. Agil losing a fight out towards the long access, gives Process a line into that B bomb site, but doesn't commit with it. Want to focus down A and bully Crazy into losing his own life. 30 seconds for the counter rotate. Crazy going to tuck himself into the back corner. I don't think getting the bomb carrier is going to be enough here in this context. He might need a little bit more. M4 posted. Fight from Process wins against Muturis. M4 struggles and gets overwhelmed. So the round will fall the favor of Big. And they will start things off finally.
Just makes it so difficult. There's only so many spaces the CTs can hold and cross and always know where the info is. Now for Saw, they hold on to an M4 and they've not invested into an AWP just yet. So this might be the round that Story goes for it.
Just HP damage done. Again, no early kills, although it's about to change. Flashbang-in's good on Story. Second one drives him all the way back. Aragorn's trapped on the bit of the bomb site, taking Tabson first. JDC, good for a response. The AWP holds its position. Mollied and HE'd away. 2 points of health. Story's barely alive in a 4-on-4.
Beaten by pace completely. Saw was expecting them to repause, to be able to get the AWP back towards CT, but Big just sent it in. Now this should be searching for exits. If a frag presents itself, then maybe you can commit, but there shouldn't be a retake here from Saw.
Incendiaries, flashes sent over and out. Damage being done to JDC and Crimbo. JDC in Process, get those kills in. Agil with a response of 2 individuals to a 2v2. Time's way too far ticked though. AWP shot can land, but they're out of there. Crimbo will take one back. He's going up with the bomb though. At least he should do. He might just make his way away just in time. And at Moto. Flashes are sent over. Stories all going to get to the center of the bomb site. Muturis to get faced on. Process catches him. Big time now. Well, bombs on his way towards that B bomb site though. Aragorn, 20 seconds on the clock. Stay hidden. He'll hear the footsteps. He'll know what's really happening. A split play. If he can get Crimbo, that will be enough. Pick your moment right. Hyped. Checking new box goes down. Secondary peek back. Inside of the smoke goes the plant, so he's covered. And Aragorn couldn't find the stabilization, but 2 kills for the one trade. It's a 3-on-3. Retake is possible.
Oh, he wanted to go for that spam so badly. Crazy with the MP9 close towards the construction. Sees 2. That's good info.
Where's the last? Now revealed. But losing 2 for that info. JDC, massive couple of frags. Agil knows he's done. He's out of there. Big. Going from a bit of a Larry site take to a solid post plant. 9 on the board now.
Oh, they are really testing the clock. At the moment, they're sitting back. They're giving a lot of space and freedom in mid-round. And then they're getting caught of either gamble stacking or over-rotating because of fakes. I think if they get on the front foot and work an opening kill, they'll have a much easier time.
And they got 1 tack left in it, so I'd like to have seen him use that right there and then. They do try and push forward towards Banana. JST still deals with him. Can't get a second kill, but Tamsin found Crazy in the meantime. He charged all the way up mid, so there was some aggressive fighting from Saw. It just didn't go well for them at all. 4-on-3 for the German team. Flashbang in from Muturis, trying to hunt for another trade back, but nothing is presenting.
You can respect the call. Saw have done exactly what they haven't done, and they've changed it up. They've changed tempo of the round. They know they've got the info play. They've got alert coming through from the backstab out from Banana, but they need to stall for time on the 2 players on B directly. Story
smoked. HE to try to open up the vision. Agil's caught Crimbo on the backstab. 3-on-3. 16 seconds. Hyper going to get forced back. Story on rotation. Muturis is sussed out to the backside. 12 seconds. AWP leans in. Body blocked or blocked by aim punch, I should say. Agil makes his way in, but he cannot connect the shot. Tabson and Heights hold their nerve, and Big now hold a lead. The comeback is complete. Taking that bomb out towards the Banana entrance. A 3rd player and a 4th man should join them soon. They're sending a utility down towards the A bomb site to telegraph some sort of A hit, but it's all a ruse again. Another attempt to get Saw to over-rotate, but they're not biting the bullet this time. Story's AWP is ready. With limited on the clock. And have flashes to push him off. Shoulder baits attempted. Instead, JDC goes down first up. Counter incendiaries are there. Nays to the cross. 16 seconds. Big's flank inbound. Process has stuck his way forward, and Story's caught by it. No one accounted for the push of the smoke. 10 seconds now as Aragorn stalled for enough time. Not quite, it seems. Process gets his kill, and the bomb plant is secured.
A retake on, players coming through from Banana quickly, but where's the utility? They've got one flash and they've just used it to clear the half wall.
Hyped, holds the entryway. Shot doesn't connect. Second player seen crazy, buys a bailout moment. A 3-on-3 with Tabson low. Crimbo hiding, Process now revealing himself. As Tabson made, Tabson goes for an engage and wins it out. Crimbo's kill once again. Big hold the bomb site and recover the series. The most disastrous start on Nuke turned into the most wonderful comeback on Train, and even better here on Inferno. At 13-11 at 2-1.